Have you ever been totally engrossed in a video game? You're so into it that you start to wonder how awesome it would be if your real life had some of the features found in the game. Well, if you've ever thought that, then buckle up, because today we're diving deep into a reality where life itself is a video game. No controllers needed. Welcome to the channel. Today we're answering the intriguing, what if you were born in a video game? Now, before we dive into this pixelated pond, let's make sure we're on the same page. When we say video game, we're talking about the full package. You got your health bar, your experience points, those pesky loading screens, and maybe even a few cheat codes thrown in for good measure. So the first order of business is figuring out the mechanics of life. Would you spawn into the world with a pre-selected health bar? Say you woke up in the morning. As you stumbled to the bathroom, your eyes would open to an array of numbers floating above your head. A mini health, and magic gauge, a critical hit notification for the embarrassing stumble you took on the stairs. Oh yes, welcome to the exciting world of RPG. Your life is now filled with side quests and achievements. That really doesn't sound like a major upgrade, does it? Now imagine this. Every little action, every choice you made was reflected in experience points. Good deeds, helping an old lady cross the street, perhaps earn you 5 XP. Solving a difficult math equation, maybe 10 XP. But bad choices? Getting a speeding ticket or accidentally insulting someone could cost you valuable points. It might sound like a fun way to keep track of your good and bad decisions, but what happens when you run out of XP? Does your character die? Whoa, that sounds like a lot of pressure. Maybe some things are best left to chance. What if we turn the tables and ask, what if everyone around you was also part of this leveling up system? How would you react to seeing your friend gain 5 XP for landing a killer joke, or your neighbor lose 10 XP for forgetting their anniversary? Suddenly, the real world seems a lot less simple, doesn't it? But what if this game went further? What if there were different character classes? Upon birth, you'd be assigned to a class, warrior, mage, or rogue, for example. Your skills and abilities would be determined by this class, and you'd have to stick with it, right? That doesn't sound too fun. Imagine being stuck as a low-level warrior when you'd rather be a powerful mage. And no, you couldn't multi-class or anything like that. It'd be like being stuck in the Stone Age when everyone else was using iPhones. You'd be the one fumbling around with a flip phone while everyone else was online, leveling up and gaining new abilities. Maybe we should leave the leveling to our video games. After all, who wants to be a low-level warrior in real life? But wait, here's the catch. In a real-life video game, there'd likely be glitches, bugs, and cheats. And boy, would they be game-breaking. Picture this. Instead of a loading screen when you enter a new area, the entire world freezes as everything repopulates around you. Or how about those physics-defying leaps you perform in single-player mode? Well, in this mode, gravity doesn't apply. If you jump, you just keep going up. Imagine trying to explain that to the people around you who are very much subject to the laws of gravity. In fact, why not take advantage of this glitch? You could jump high above the clouds and live rent-free in the sky. Not a bad life, huh? Or maybe you discover an exploit in the game's code that gives you godlike powers. Suddenly, you're not just a player, you're the game master. Pretty tempting, isn't it? This is why we love video games. They offer us a temporary escape from the mundane rules of our reality. But what if your video game world had no admin to protect it? What if the world was yours to shape with these godlike powers? Sounds cool at first, but what about the other players? Would they also have access to these cheats and exploits? If so, the game could descend into chaos with everyone exploiting the system for personal gain. One person could use a cheat code to become invincible, another could duplicate items, and another could just keep raising their character stats without playing the game. Suddenly, winning the game wouldn't be about skill or strategy, it would be about who knew the best cheats. So maybe we should leave the video game escapades to, well, video games. The unpredictability of an uncontrolled virtual world is just a bit too much to handle. But here's the thing. If life is a video game, who's controlling it? Are all the humans players, or are some of them non-player characters, NPCs? What if some people were just there to fill the world and provide context, but didn't have any free will of their own? Think about it. NPCs often follow set paths and repeat certain lines, essentially making them robots programmed to serve the player. This raises a disturbing question. In a world where everyone has a health bar, who decides which characters get to play and which ones just stand around as decorations? What if some of us were just background characters in someone else's adventure? It's a reality that sounds more dystopian than fun. In this video game world, we've established you'd have a health bar and maybe even some RPG elements. But what if the game had an ending? Would there be a final boss, or maybe an ultimate quest that once completed would end the game? What happens when the game ends? Do you get a happy ending cutscene, or do you just reset back to the beginning? And if you did, would you remember each time you reset? How crazy would that be? Imagine reliving the same day over and over again, knowing exactly what was going to happen. Maybe it's better not to know how many lives you have left. Here's the deal. While the idea of having extra lives and unlimited cheat codes might sound appealing, it's hard to ignore the darker side of this coin. In a world where everyone is a player, the actions we take, the choices we make, they all become part of a complex game mechanic. It makes you wonder if our reality is just a really complex video game. We all seem to be following some sort of path, leveling up in our own ways. There are achievements and consequences, wins and losses, victories and defeats. Life sure can feel like a game sometimes. So if this reality is like a video game, what role would you want to play? The invincible warrior, the super smart mage, or the cunning rogue? Tell us about your ideal character in the comments below. And hey, while you're down there, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. It helps us bring more videos like this to your feed. Speaking of which, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. You don't want to miss out on any of our videos. At its core, the idea of living in a video game blurs the line between reality and fantasy, leaving us with more questions than answers. Questions about identity, free will, and the very nature of existence. But it also makes us appreciate the simplicity of a well-designed video game. In a world where every interaction counts, every decision matters. Maybe the quiet beauty of a sunset or a heartfelt conversation is worth more than all the XP and achievements in the world. And that's a powerful lesson for us all, whether we're living in a video game or not. If you enjoyed this mind-bending journey, we've got more videos that'll warp your perspective. Check out our video, What If Your Body Was a Video Game? It's a wild ride that flips the script on reality. Until next time, this is the host. Keep questioning, keep exploring, and above all, keep being awesome. Thanks for joining us on this episode of What If, where we turn the ordinary into the extraordinary. If you're still with us, drop a comment below. Let us know you've made it to the end. We love reading your comments and interacting with you, our amazing community. Also, if you're hungry for more mind-bending concepts and thought experiments, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. We've got a ton of fascinating content coming your way.